Are you okay?
I am okay. So I just thought I'd click record now to get the rest of that reaction. I hit myself in the head with my headphone.
You did it spectacularly.
Special on so many levels.
Hello and welcome. We're the Bitches with Beards, and we love to talk all things culture.
On this podcast, we chat our top 3 cultural moments of the week.
It's the Cultural Three-Way. I'm Daniel.
I'm Max, and I'm about to say, Alexa, stop playing music. We heard Madonna from across the bar.
We really enjoyed her vibes.
Well, this started like a shit show on Heat.
Cheers. I mean, we haven't had a rough start like this since the last podcast.
This is what happens when I take a half day, that my head had time to melt.
And you're just lost in the
At
maze.
one point, Daniel was like, are you okay tonight? I'm like, I don't know. My head is just scrambled.
It took you like a minute to take off your shoes. You had one of them off, and it's like, what am I doing? I'm like, you're taking the other one off.
Yeah, but guess who's not wearing shoes and has an MRI booked?
Adulting there.
Yes. No, we will find out what the hell is going on. But no, Daniel, it has been a week. And also not been a week.
Yes.
Culturally, it started again. The world came back to life. And there were some things they didn't quite make it.
I know. This is the problem with Sophie's Choice format, is like stuff didn't make it. And there was a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff that could have made it.
But that's yet to come, Daniel. What about you right now?
Oh, me right now. So this week was interesting at work because, I mean, there was tons of new stuff that was going on, but it didn't really impact me. I was able to do research and writing this week.
Lovely.
I haven't been able to do that in months. So it was very productive. And then it just all sort of went to hell in a handbasket the last 3 hours I was in the office yesterday because, there was a deadline and I more than exceeded that deadline by turning in a project a month and a half early, and suddenly it became my problem that it had not been reviewed. So, yes. Anyways, I'm not going to name names or talk about anything like that.
We don't do that.
No, but you'll get to see it on Thursday.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Looking forward to Thursday, actually.
I am too. But anyways, it was one of these. It was generally a good week, and then it just sort of went blah, and then it got better afterwards because I went out to a happy hour with my work wife.
Yes, I saw that. I saw you said you messaged and saying that you were like making sure that it was in, because we've hit the 90s in DC and everyone's sort of dying, and we're negotiating dog schedules because dogs can't go out in this heat yet. That doesn't stop it needing to be, sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, heat index is 105 today and yesterday, and it's flat out miserable. And the friend that I went to the happy hour with was like, oh, we could go sit outside. And I'm like, oh, maybe not. I think not.
I like the heat when you don't have to, you can just kind of go in and go for a really nice hot walk. And it's the ability to have to go out and function within it that's the problem.
I have an issue whenever there's humidity or if there's not like a mister situation. Like, I'll be outside if there's like a cool mister and a fan blowing on me.
They're not as being prevalent as they once were in DC.
They were a lot more prevalent a few years ago, but the
Town
place.
Patio.
Oh yeah,
Lovely mister.
Had a gorgeous setup with it.
I don't think Trade has bothered to put one in yet.
No, I don't remember seeing one the last time
they should think about it. Get us wet.
They should. Let's get soaking wet. Anyways, how was your week?
It was good, yeah. A while back, my new supervisor had suggested that I reach out to various members of the new organisation I'm part of and have some one-on-one meetings. I did them all in 1 week. I kind of regretted that afterwards, in the sense of it is a lot, but it also got them done. It was really nice. I've been in the meetings with a lot of these people, or that I have a one-on-one. Like, it was like an alternative to grabbing a coffee and sitting in the break room. But I do video. I'm a new role at this organisation. They'd already heard about me in meetings. We'd interacted, so it's just nice to go in and like just have a discussion about next. Everyone had an idea of what they wanted. They came with ideas and this is great. Actually, we're looking at this. We're looking at that. So
are they doable ideas?
Yeah, and even if they're not, it's a good to sort of say to the organisation, this is what people want. Like, no one's looking for like a 10-part series of 10-minute documentaries.
Why not?
I know, but they are looking at like, it's just little things they wanting to do. And I'm like, okay, this is exciting. So this organisation is a slower pace than my previous, and Daniel can know that I was government adjacent. And it's when you goes quiet, it can be very unnerving. And this is sort of going, no, this is just the pace of it. Just sit there and...
It's fine.
And when it gets busy, it'll be busy. Don't worry. But no, it was a good week. And it's just the heat's been really pushing it. And
I do fear that we're turning into a very, very hot Pride next weekend, possibly.
Yeah, I'm really glad the hubs will be away for it, which I'm not glad about that, but also is that I will have the added element of that once I'm done, I'm just going to go home, have a shower, take the dogs out and have a shower, and then just be done. Pride is so exhausting in the heat in a good way, but at the same time is when we've had to host in the past, it's so much to go. I just want to kind of decompress, and then everyone starts to come over and you're like, I know this is nice, but I'm not a public decompressor.
No,
I'm let's watch a movie, let's take a moment.
You need to recharge.
Yeah.
Whereas other people that we know recharge by being around people, which is not us. Which is why we host
I am
a
trying to
podcast.
convert them to the dark side.
You should.
Talking of converted people to the dark side, Daniel, I think we should get our audience warmed up.
Yes, it's time to talk about what culture was for us this week.
So what was culture for you this week, Daniel?
Culture for me this week, I'm going to save one, which is going to be a bigger conversation for Lucky Pierre for me. So my album of the week was I Love You, Honey Bear by Father John Misty.
Oh, I love that.
Absolutely love that album. I had forgotten about it. It came back on my rotation on Spotify, and I was like, oh, yes. Loved it again. So anyways, that was my album of the week. My recipe of the week was baked ziti that I made with soy chorizo. Did not quite have the texture I wanted with the chorizo because it was soy. I was just like, oh, this is not what I quite wanted. It was a little bit softer. Like, you want it to have a little bit of a crunch and a hardness. It did not have that.
Now, the only thing I like the Beyond sausages, and I wonder whether or not the spicy ones might be a good substitute. I know it's not chorizo, but it might be better.
It might be. It was one of these. I wanted to try something that was healthier and a little less cholesterol, and I was just like, oh, but I'm missing that texture.
Yeah.
The flavor was also just not quite there.
Yeah.
So, pork products from now on. And my restaurant of the week was where I went last night for the happy hour, and I went to Bar Angie, and I had this lovely, lovely happy hour deal there, where it was a large, giant, dirty martini with an adult hamburger and adult fries. So it was an adult Happy Meal for $29.
That's not bad, you know.
It was actually good price, and it was a good-sized martini.
Seeing as there's one bar in Blagden Alley that charged $25 for the saddest looking hamburger I've ever seen.
It was
no fries.
Right, it was a really good hamburger too, and the fries were good.
Yeah, so what, you're saying about $15 for the food if you... For an average...
So it would be $9 for the food, and then there's $20 for the martini.
Yeah, so I'm saying, like standard price for martini is about 15 to 20, isn't it? DC?
So I mean, it was normal. It was good. It was very good. I would definitely go back to Bar Angie. So
nice.
Yeah. How about you? What was culture for you this week?
Well, I'm starting off. I saw 2 movies at the cinema. Went to see Scary Movie. It was good. It wasn't quite as boom 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 as the previous ones, but I would say overall it had a mission in regards to its storyline.
Okay.
So the others were very much like pieced together spoofs. And actually this one had some side spoofy bits. And one of them was just very like, I've not seen the Terrifier movies. And even then I'm like, this feels
forced.
Oh. The weapons one was funny because they kept it real subtle. But for the most part, the ending was really good. The ending was actually really fucking clever.
Good.
I went to see Masters of the Universe.
Oh.
That's hot as shit.
I'm sure it was.
It really is like, even like, I was like, this is hot. Like, you're hot. And I was like, this has been filmed in a way. Because you see these and one's like, oh, it's homoerotic. And I'm like, no, it's just, no,
The
guys,
original was homoerotic.
but they really play into like it. It's very meta. Like
Uh-huh.
there's whole bits where they laugh and they're like ha ha ha, and they're laughing like they did in the cartoon.
Oh.
It's very aware of itself.
Uh-huh.
I really liked it. I was not the biggest. He-Man was a little bit before me.
Yeah,
So Ninja
yeah.
Turtles was always my one.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fisting jokes.
Well.
Yeah. But I think they're remaking Power Rangers at the moment. I think they could learn a lot from the style of it, the tone. It didn't get its audience, which is a pity, but I think that there's just too much going on at the moment. I don't know if it came out at a different time. It would have been a really good Christmas movie, I think,
really?
in a weird way. Like, I don't know if toys and,
Okay.
nostalgia.
Yeah.
But I said it was really good. And Jared Leto as Skeletor, that was funny.
Oh, I didn't realize it was Jared Leto.
Yeah, and thingy from Community is Evil Lynn, Alison Brie.
Oh, yeah.
And she was really good at it. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I thought they all knew what they were doing. I was quite impressed.
Good.
Finally, Office Romance with the lovely Brett Goldstein and Jennifer Lopez. It's excellent. He loves rom-coms, so it's a good rom-com. But he
wrote this one, right?
He wrote it with his mate Joe, and I know the dialogue in it was really fucking funny, and his accent is referenced as well in it. You see a little bit of Brett, not as much as I'd like to see Brett. You know what I like. But no, it was really good. It's a good rom-com with an edge. It's
good.
I think that we're never going to quite capture the 27 Dresses era, but
that was iconic.
and there's something about those movies that I think we're just all ingrained into us. But I would definitely say that it's a really good rom-com. But I think just the fact how the dialogue is, clearly we have to be a little bit more cynical than we once were. I think that we can't really sit there and do the fluff pieces as much.
Yeah.
There's also we have to have that awareness that what's going on is not. But the cast is really fucking stacked. Like, I was like, they're in it, they're in it, they're in it, they're in it. They're
good.
like,
because as I was saying, in the promos, I've only really seen him and her. So
yeah, and Edward J. Olmos is her dad in it, and like Brett wanted him in it because he loved Selena so much, so he wanted that back. And yeah, no, I was like, no, it's a really stacked cast. I was very, very impressed. Brett did not disappoint.
good.
And we don't want to disappoint you, so I think it's time we move on to the main attraction.
Yes. It's now time to have the conversation of who's the top, who's the bottom, and who is the lucky Pierre.
So Daniel, who's top, who's bottom, and who is the lucky Pierre?
So my bottom of the week is actually a follow-up from last week that BBC has found their Poirot in Edward Blumel. He's the 33-year-old actor. You might recognize him from Killing Eve, Sex Education, and $7 for Murder. He will be, according to their promo, be looking at the early years of Poirot, which means they're starting off with The Mysterious Affairs of Styles, which was the first Poirot book. I do have just a little bit of pause.
Okay.
And the pause is the fact that the promo language surrounding it is that Poirot will find his nemesis during the early years, prior to becoming, the detective that he's known for. Didn't really have a nemesis.
I was about to say, Daniel, I could tell Daniel, did he have a nemesis?
And I was just like, did not have a nemesis. And I was like, oh no, which means they're either playing up the relationship with Inspector Japp, who plays throughout the series but is actually more of a colleague midway through. But I'm like, he didn't have a nemesis, so I don't know if they're, that's the twist. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm like, he doesn't need to have a nemesis. He doesn't need one. It's not, Sherlock Holmes or Moriarty. It's not that. Not that.
Once saw a really good play about Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty, and it kind of dealt. It was not based on a book. It was like the last days of Sherlock and pondering his life and the aspect.
So it was a reflection.
A reflection, but the thing that came into it was did Moriarty actually exist, or was he just,
or was I part of his psyche?
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
It was pretty good.
I guess the cocaine would do that. Well.
Who
Anyways.
doesn't?
Top of the week goes out to Queen Jean on their historic, and I do mean historic, Tony win, where they won this past weekend, where they became the first openly trans individual to win for Best Costume Design for Cat's Jellicle Ball. They were also nominated this year for Best Design of a Play for Liberation. So congrats to them for making history.
The person that picked the H&M black T-shirts for the Jamie Lloyd, Andrew Lloyd Webber numbers is sorely disappointed.
I mean, what were you expecting with that?
I did see the clip of it. I really want to see Jellicle Ball.
Yeah.
It looks really... The cast look like they're having a whale of a fucking time.
And for those who don't know, it's definitely set in the Harlem, ballroom scene.
They're not cats. They
are not cats.
Cats is a slang term they've created, isn't it?
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyways. All right. My lucky Pierre of the week.
Yes.
I mean, it's always Madonna leading us through the desert and the wilderness, to quote our other icon.
Yes, who's going to hopefully not be murdered.
We hope not. Anyways, it was announced this week, or actually, Madonna did a lot this week.
Yes, she did. She's been busy bee.
She has been a very busy bee. And that she dropped a new single from the upcoming album.
Yeah, she's dropping a lot of singles.
Love Sensation. Absolutely love that this week. Listeners, go listen. Like, it was on repeat a couple of days for me. It's fantastic. But she also dropped a movie.
Yes.
Promo for Confessions 2, which is coming out July 3rd, aka my new Independence Day, essentially, because I cannot wait for it. All right, so we watched this just before we recorded.
Yeah, we caught the clip. She released the promo clip on social, the promo of the promo. Love that, Modern World. And that was the bathroom dance.
Which is the song Danceteria.
Yeah.
I do know that. So there was a lot of buzz because there was a lot of cameos that were in that. So during that scene, we saw Richard Grant, Benedict Cumberbatch, we saw Gwendolyn Christie, we saw Kate Moss.
Yes.
We saw Debbie Mazur. We saw, prior to that, in another clip, Sabrina Carpenter, Julia Grant. And then we also had a very special cameo in Lords.
Lords, yes. Wow. It's a new era.
It's a new era. But as I was talking to you when we were watching this, it feels like she's also calling back to a lot of older eras in the clips, at the least. Not necessarily in the music. Like, the music is disco and wonderful, and it's not really recalling anything that she's done prior.
There's a soul to it.
Yes.
I think for me there's a lot of cuteness to Madonna, like her early years. We had some of it on. We were playing it. You probably heard it over the mic. We forgot to accident. I forgot to stop playing it. Is that some of her early stuff, like Lucky Star and all that, is very cute, and it's got that. But Madonna has a dirty New York vibe to her, and it's very much in her DNA. She was very much part of that scene. She wasn't discovered. She made sure she was discovered.
Yes, she was found.
and if you really, I always think that if you want to get an idea of Madonna, Daniel could disagree.
Try me.
The Deeper and Deeper music video is very much
That's a good
Madonna.
Closing my eyes, yes.
And there's something about that video. That's the Madonna that I think she, like there's the whole bits where she's like with models, like mucking about in like a dirty apartment, and that club scene. And I always see that club, and I can just imagine Rue meeting Michelle in that club.
Yes.
And I think that's it. And I think that Madonna's had her ups and downs. She's always reinvented herself, and I think the one thing she should be really proud, she doesn't need me to say she'd be proud of, is that when this album was announced, and like Madonna was just releasing albums, and again, I didn't really listen to them. I just got to presume they're just going to be another album.
Well, I mean, no offense, like one of the songs was "Bitch I'm Madonna," and we were just like, oh, great.
But then people have so she goes, I'm going to do this album. I'm going to go back and re-explore Confessions of a Dance Floor, even though it's not really like Confessions in any level.
No,
but there's a spirit in there. But when the new singles came out, everyone started to go back over old albums. So she's inspired people to re-examine her, and I generally think that we're in we need to be open to the re-exploration of things now, and if the mood strikes, just go re-listen.
Right.
And that's it.
And I'm going to say this. What we have seen, what we have heard, it's great.
It's really good.
It's really, really good. Like, I cannot wait for this album to drop on the 3rd. Don't interrupt me that day. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to be...
We've all got day off. We're getting up and listening.
Yeah.
It's just going to be so... I don't know. I feel like we're entering I don't know. I feel really like we've had such a rough couple of years with everything that's going on, and just this re-exploration and rediscovering and reminding ourselves that really good art is out there.
Yeah.
And yeah, this video, it's not like Madonna's walking about with a Super 8 camera, like recording it. Like there's a production value.
There's a narrative that's going on through it.
And it's
there's thought,
but it's good, and it's like there's a flex in there, and you know, you have like, in a way, you know, you had this with like Taylor and Bad Bloods, you know, and then Taylor again did it with You Gotta Calm Down, you know, the flex videos, but this one was very weird in its flex. It
was very weird in its flex because I mean, you've got Benedict Cumberbatch,
and then Richard E. Grant's in the middle of it, but he's such a cad.
Yes,
and he worked at the Spice Girls, so he's got them all going on. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm really excited for this album. I'm also excited to see what this does with Madonna, because also, like, one of the songs, the one where she was lying on the table, her voice sounds amazing in it.
Yes.
It's really melodic, and she hasn't done a song like that for a while.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, she's singing, and it's like, it's not
auto-tuned, it's not filtered to within an inch of its life. It's pure Madonna.
Pure Madonna.
If that makes sense.
And people don't realize Madonna was everything at one point. You know, it was Madonna. I remember the girls in the playground doing like a prayer in, you know, like their choreographed dance routines.
Yeah.
It was, and that was when we were like 10, you know, she was the icon.
She was music. She was movies.
She
was Grace. She was Vogue.
Have you seen I'm trying to think. I've seen Body of Evidence. That's where you see her vag. Quite a bit. Yeah.
I love how that's your.
And then obviously Evita, which is pretty good. You know, it's a good movie musical. I've not seen. Was it As Good as It Gets, or one of the gay one?
Oh, no, it's not As Good as It Gets.
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking? It's got what's his face? Rupert Everett's in it.
Yeah.
That was sort of her last. And then didn't she do the one? She directed a couple. Swept Away was the one she did with Guy Ritchie, wasn't it?
She did Swept Away. She also did W was the one that she directed.
Yes,
that one was good.
Was it good? Because it got really destroyed, wasn't it?
Abby Cornish was really good in that one.
I have to give that one a go, because that was What's His Face and What's Her Face about.
It was Walt Simpson and Windsor. Yeah, no, but Abby Cornish was really good in that.
I'll have to give that one a go.
Yeah. Anyways, Max, who was your top and who was your bottom and who was your lucky Pierre of the week?
Bottom of the week was David Hockney died. Very sad. Celebrated British artist. Very much about in the 60s. Just phenomenal. Queer, gay. We've got one of his pieces up on our wall. We don't own a David Hockney. Do not crash down the door. We do not have good guard dogs.
You have
but
the worst
my
dogs.
My mum and dad are big fans. It's a guy getting out of a swimming pool. Very cheeky. I prefer him to Tom of Finland stuff. If you're looking at queer art, I think it's a lot more like sexier in its
sexier,
cheekiness.
It recalls a lot of Matisse, like in the forms and stuff and the colors.
Yeah,
but it's different and unique in its own way.
It's just lovely, but very sad. But he good innings, you know. I think, but you know, I was reading a lot about he was very good at the time. Really, like, you know, he also embraced like iPads and stuff, and fax machines when they came out. He loved using new technology. So very, you know, always there, always
on the
relevant.
Cutting edge, yes.
My top of the week was actually meant to be my bottom of the week, and we had to shift stuff about. But they've announced that there's not going to be a Christmas special of Doctor Who, and they're putting on a hiatus. Now, I'm saying it's a top because it's a regeneration. I was really excited when Disney wanted to come in and do Doctor Who. The Jodie years have been interesting. They changed so much, though. I think, you know, that was the last sort of BBC years, and she was fantastic. Jodie Whittaker, first female Doctor, but they also changed the tone, and it struggled. Too much changed at once, and so they brought Russell T back for the 60th. The idea being that he was going to be like they had David Tennant come back. It was all very. It was interesting.
Yeah.
I think the struggle really came from the reduction of 12 to 8 episodes, which is standard, I know, for new streaming services. But the shooting was excellent. But at the same time I think that he signed on because he was up and coming, and then during the time came.
Right.
And I think he felt a bit burdened by it. By the time it actually got to making it, he was there like, I'm getting film offers. I don't want to be tied down.
Right.
And it didn't help that he was already doing Sex Education at the time and couldn't do certain episodes of the series. So they do Dr. Light ones. Well, they don't tend to do them until later on when a doctor's established.
Yeah.
And then they dragged their feet on the renewal, and then he quit. So they had to refilm the ending. This went on, and I think that I hope the BBC have learned. I don't know whether or not. So this is the second incarnation of Doctor Who. There was the original till the 80s, then it took a break, then it came back with this. Whether or not they're going to continue this incarnation, and they all run into each other. It's all there, but are they going to take an actual bigger break and go, we're going to come back with the third regeneration?
We'll come back in like 3 years.
But they have to keep because it regenerates, and there's so much storyline now. I'll be upset if they just release the story, but I'm curious. But I'm also thinking they're on like the 13th, 14th season now of it.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It isn't unusual now for them to sort of say,
well, let's pause.
Let's pause it.
Even though Billie Piper was the one that regenerated back Rose.
At the time, I think they wanted to. They didn't have a doctor. Well, that's what he said, and they wanted her to come. It was an option. I think it was a very clever ending to it, and I think it's an ending that they can work their way out of very easily.
Oh yes.
I hope they do include her.
Agreed.
But anyway, my lucky Pierre of the week has to be the culture around the Knicks playing in New York at the moment.
Absolutely.
Doing very well. We're not going to go into the political side of things. The Madonna is truly doing God's work with certain things.
Truly. I didn't know where you were going with that one. And I was like, what?
So a lot of it has been around Mr. Hartigay. Miska Hartigay, I don't know the name. Miska, who is a lifelong... I've never ever seen one of these fucking programs, but I love her. I just love what
You've never seen Law and Order SVU?
No, but she apparently sprinted from her Broadway show to get there.
Yeah.
She said it was the best night of her life, including marrying her husband. If you've seen her husband, that's saying something,
right?
But no, it's just I'm going to move through this. We don't have much time left, but it's just been really nice to have that. I love this casual culture. I love how everyone's like, well, they're all money. They paid all this much for seats. Fuck that. I want to see it.
Yes.
Taylor turns up with the HAIM sisters in punny t-shirts, including Nicole Kidman, which Nicole Kidman went, I love it. I want one.
Stevie Nicks, which
Mariska had as well. And apparently Mariska turned up and they had spares ready. She wasn't in the original because they said only 2 of the HAIM were there. 3 of them were there. Danielle was not about as much. But they were like, well, where'd they get these t-shirts from? Alana HAIM silk screens.
she just made them.
She just made them that day.
As one does, if you're crafty.
But it's just been really nice. I've been sending you way too much stuff, you and Paul.
I love it. Though.
There's the one of Taylor hugging a really exhausted looking Mariska, and she's just looking like, and it's like, was it when you have a social battery and when you don't have a social battery?
Right. I was like, which one's Max?
It's just been nice to kind of get lost in that again, and there's been a lot of weird culture this week. And it was just nice just to kind of get lost in a little bit of indulgent culture.
Just jubilant people. I love it.
And we all need it. And yes, the world will return. And we have a very weird weekend in DC coming up that's just gone. God. Please, we just want to remind ourselves that joy can be found simply.
Even in a sporting event.
And with that, Daniel, let's go watch the World Cup. What's culture for you this week?
Culture for me this week, I'm going to go there. I think that if anything happens with the UFC fight this week, that it will be all over the front page and it will be part of culture.
My husband's away this weekend, and next week will just be me reconnecting with some culture. And on that note, Daniel, I'm Max.
I'm Daniel.
And thank you for being our third this week.
Cheers.
A big thank you to everyone for tuning in to Daniel Max's Cultural Freeway and for giving us a listen.
Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and review, and follow us on the socials.
You can find us under Bearded Bitch Pod or Bitches with Beards. Please remember that only a mother could love our views and opinions, and they reflect us and no one else.
We'll be here next week, unless we're cancelled.